broken ass.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. The next episode of Red Valkyrie is about to start.
You know what helps? When you take the shit down. Welcome to another episode of Red Valkyrie Presents. I'm Shae the Red, boomering it up because I suck at life. With my awesome
That's an amazing intro. You should never change it, Shae.
Really. That was the worst intro that I've ever had on this show. It's also the only intro that we've ever had on this show. Anyway, how are you doing, CY.borg?
Not true. We used to just have the countdown, if you recall, for the first show or two. So,
One.
Your voice really sells it. Another wonderful episode.
Okay, size done. So we're here with the awesome Passion for Drawing and Mark Middleton for Grave Robbers. How are both of you gentlemen doing today?
Doing well. Thank you for having us.
Good. Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
More than happy to have you guys. So before we jump into your Grave Robbers trailer, we have to do the obligatory pitch for the dragonstreasure.com. If you're into anime and tea, go check out dragonstreasure.com and use code Red Valkyrie. You'll get 10% off and you help support the show. So there you go. If you're into tea and anime and want to combine those two worlds, boom.
So
done.
do you get anime with the tea, or do you drink tea?
Tea inspired by anime.
Tea inspired by anime.
So like if you watch your favorite anime shows and they talk about specific teas, they come up with blends that are those teas.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's not bad. We're waiting for our care package so I could try it. There's all kinds of very interesting ones that they've got going there. So we shall see. I will let you all know after I try some.
Was it whiskey or bourbon? I can't remember.
We get it wrong every time, so I try to not say it anymore because we're always wrong.
They have tea infused with something.
That's good sponsorship hosting. Is that, I don't remember how to say the product, but
no, it's not that I don't remember how to say the product. It's that I don't remember what booze it is modeled after.
Oh,
I feel like it's bourbon, but I feel like I'm always wrong, so I no longer trust myself. Before we hand it off to the amazing Mark to let us know exactly what Grave Robbers is, we kind of got to feel like that's necessary. No objections?
That sounds good to me.
Everyone's just like, Shae, you're fucking this up so bad today.
Shae, you're fucking this up so bad. It's
I hate you, Alex.
And I muted everybody and didn't tell them. That's awesome. Shae, you want to unmute people?
I hate you. I mute all of the people. You're a terrible person.
Well, you started hammering at your keyboard. I think Passion went to get another big glass of vodka, and
I wish. Get me through the stream.
All right. So what I was saying is that gets us at least excited for grave robbers, but that doesn't really tell us a whole lot about what it is. So Mark, take it away. Let's hear what this is.
All right. Yeah. So Grave Robbers is basically a it's like Midnight Suns, like the 90s Midnight Suns meets like the Old West. You know, it's kind of that idea of having like this horror themed group who hunts, you know, demons, witches, monsters and stuff like that, but in the Old West. They're three bounty hunters, and you know, they go from town to town finding whatever they can, and you know, killing it and getting paid for it. And that's basically what the book is about. Welcome to Hellhole is about them finding a bounty in an old Arizona Territory town. It's a beat up old mining town, and they're there looking for a guy who's been killing people and taking pieces of their body. And it just so happens that there's also a cult in town looking for something too, and they butt heads, and their paths cross pretty hard. And yeah, it's just a fun book about, you know, mayhem, blood, and guts, and, you know, slicing people up and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Jeez. This is okay. So this is one of the bounty hunter guys right here that's got an arm hanging.
Yeah, that's one of the good guys.
I really love that your good guys are the dude that rips a guy's arm off and then holds on to it. This chick who uses her claw-like nails to decapitate two men.
Yep.
Well,
you recognize
also,
one of those guys?
This right? What is she poking through the back of his skull?
Yeah, right through
Get
it.
his eyeballs skewered?
Look at the next page. Look at the next page.
Just
take a look at her. Take a look at her finger.
oh gosh, that's what that is. That is
Yeah.
eyeball. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun with that. We were yeah.
Did you
We
hold
sat
on?
down.
I gotta know. Did you tell Passion? So it's got to be gory, and he just went, "Oh, I got you," and then this is what he gave you, because that sounds like how that might have gone down.
Honestly, we sat down and you know, I wrote the script and stuff, and he read through it. But when we actually started laying it out, he and I, like once a week, we'd meet up on you know, like Discord or something like that, and he'd draw, and you know, we'd talk about the panels and the pages, and we'd go panel for panel. And I don't know, like it ended up, I think what it ended up doing was it took my script and his pencils and just kind of slammed them together and made something great. Because I'm the kind of guy who likes to bend a little. I don't like to have my stuff too rigid. So, you know, like he has to draw this or that. So
Right.
we just tried to have fun with it. And I think that really translates, like the eyeball on the finger. You know, it's just a fun thing. Like that wasn't in the original script. That was just something we came up with while he was drawing it.
Yeah, and I think I actually made it more like he wrote stuff, and I'm like, no, this isn't. There's a part in the book where he was like, someone gets something chopped off. I'm like, no, why are you doing it? That's not grisly. Saw it. Have him use a saw instead, and then it'll be where you just in the other panels you just hear. That'll be the all through it, just to make it a little more gruesome. Because I think sawing a limb off is more gruesome.
I know exactly the page you're talking about, and yeah, that's a brutal scene.
Rusty timber saws with the bent teeth. And,
well, there's a whole scene with like those old medical tools and stuff like that they had in like the mid 19th century, like the Civil War era medical stuff,
where everything went the wrong way.
Yeah,
teeth don't line up very well. Stepped on a couple of times, maybe shot at.
You know,
the answer to everything was either leeches or amputation.
One or the other. It's one or the other. That's what they went with, you know. And they, you know, that's they did with the best with what they had.
I just want to point out as well that if this is indicative of the kill count, I'm very proud that the girl has taken out 4, while our freaking wolf dude up here got 1. He got a good one, but he only got 1, and then your freaking spirit ethereal dude took out 3. So she wins.
Yeah. She's awesome, man. We were talking the other day, I think, and we were saying like she's kind of like a cross between like Sabretooth and Nightcrawler in terms of powers, but she's very She's a lot like Shadowcat in terms of like personality, but if like her powers were actually boiled down to like two different characters, it would be probably Sabretooth and Nightcrawler.
You would think Big Dick was more like Sabretooth, but he's not.
No, he's actually more like the Hulk. Actually,
A little bit, yeah.
a lot more like the Hulk meets werewolf kind of thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
I say I love this wanted poster of her where it's like those energy kind of horns and stuff coming off of her.
Yeah, that was all Passion too. That he
That's
came up with
awesome.
that. He drew that up, and it just looked really cool.
I feel like you guys have to have these posters like in the campaign, but on the weathered paper and everything, so it looks like a wanted poster. Maybe crumple them and then flatten them back out.
That would be really cool.
I'm just saying, like
don't know how I would
little
do that.
TLC. Oh, I know how to.
You can buy paper like that.
Yeah.
but,
I got paper like that. I can help. I'm just. We'll talk.
okay.
This happens every time. Y'all were
You
waiting
can
for it.
also soak paper in tea. I learned that when I was in grade school.
Or
to make it
coffee
look
if you want
old.
it to be stronger.
Oh, okay.
Yep, you can do that too. Then it smells like tea and coffee, but
Yeah. You also rinse it after and then bake it.
yeah, it's a lot more work. I just buy the paper.
That's true. That's true. It's a lot less work to just buy the paper.
We love our backers, but
You draw the line at meticulously soaking, crumbling, flattening, baking all of the paper pages.
Oh,
why don't you go out and cut down the trees yourself, Passion, and then use them and hot press them into the paper for the comic?
Please.
Oh man.
totally unrelated. I happen to have the original Declaration of Independence for sale.
Oh, there you go.
But that's on
Wow.
hemp. That's different.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
this
loving
is
these
in surprisingly modern paper. It's
Oh, cool. That's awesome. I didn't know they had that technology back then. That's
Well,
pretty
you
cool
know.
stuff.
They don't like to spread that around, but
They were a humble group, the founding fathers.
indeed.
What is happening?
in their laser jet printers, they were. Go ahead.
Exactly.
You also have this piece by Preston Acevedo.
Yeah, he did an incredible job on that. I don't think that there's a time. Every time I see it, it's just, it blows me away. He did such a great job. Oliver Lee Pace did the colors on it, and it made what was already a cool piece even better. That's going to be the back cover of the book. I wanted to do. A lot of people suggested doing a variant cover, but I didn't want. I don't think that I'm going to have the kind of overhead to do that. But I wanted to get this into people's hands, so
Right.
I wanted to put it in the book, and I thought a back cover was a good place for it. It's fantastic.
I love when people do more interesting back covers than just. I've gotten some where it's just like black with like your little imprint logo and all that, and I'm like, that's cool and all, but.
Well, I'm glad I did this then, because that's almost exactly what I was going to do.
No, do gorgeous art. Do pretty art.
Yeah.
They're gonna look if you have a color. They're charging you for it anyway. You might as well put something good on there instead of just a colored logo on the back with black. I feel like this is better.
Yeah. No, it ended up looking really good, and it's going to look fantastic on the back of the book.
Hell yeah! Well, oh
I'm
my
really
god,
excited.
and I want that as a patch. Of course I do. All right, so let's go over your stretch goals that you guys got here. So at 5,000, you're getting a trading card.
Yeah, well, I wanted to do something to not just, I wanted to have something that wasn't just like me hitting the mark. I wanted to have something else that would, give something back to people, just from hitting it. Because, a lot of people have liked the trading cards that we've got. Like we've got the Rotting Golem trading card that you can get, I think by the end of the day, if you sign up, that's the cutoff for it. But we had the Big Dick Murphy trading card, which was exclusive to people who had signed up for the book. And, so those were two trading cards that you can only get under those circumstances. But I still wanted to get something out to everybody.
Yeah.
So I wanted to put Richard as get like a trading card for him and send that out to everybody.
Very cool. And then you're looking at a sticker at 75.
Right.
Of the logo, right?
Right. Yeah, that logo just right up there that you said about the patch.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it. I feel like it's really cool. Soul Ion says 13 minutes and we're already at patches. The addiction gets worse. I'm sorry. I know what I like. Damn it. And like, come on, that on a jacket that's badass.
That would be pretty badass.
We've heard what we heard, Mark. Shot glasses.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Coasters, playing cards, poker chips, belt buckle. I heard someone do a belt buckle of it.
Oh, really? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, how the hell are you gonna get a custom belt buckle?
Man.
Well, everybody wants all this custom stuff, and it's like, glasses, all this stuff. It's like, it's his first book, everybody.
I would love to do it, and I have so many plans. If we can get this funded and we can get this going big for book 2, I'll definitely add some more stuff to it, because it's a cool logo. I'm really proud of it.
No, it's a very iconic logo, but that's the thing, is if people are trying to give you all the ideas of what you could do for branding, well, yeah, your first campaign is probably not the most logical to be able to do it for. It means that you created a good logo, because it's iconic enough that people are like, dude, if that was on a shot glass, plus it's a Western, so that makes sense. Playing cards, the back of playing cards makes sense.
It's really like cool. I've got a Redbubble account for people who would want, like that on a t-shirt or a hoodie or something like that. Yeah. You can get posters of the Preston back cover too on that.
Nice. So, yeah. That is very cool. So this is the one that I'm interested in, is the Road to Hellhole short story.
Right. Yeah. So it's not it's connected to it's like a prequel that's connected to the main story, and it doesn't really have anything to do with the main story. It's just a 5-page, on the way to Hellhole. They end up running into a farmer who's in a bit of a situation, and they kind of try to solve that for him, and it does not go well. Yeah, but it's 5 pages, and that'll add to the overall page count of the book. So
that's
very
awesome.
cool. And then I like how the last stretch goals that you have, while a little hefty for first go, they all add to the story.
Yeah, I wanted to do extra pages because that's what people like ultimately. I would definitely lower them. That's probably I was when I was first writing them, I was just kind of putting them together. I had no idea how well the campaign would do, or how whatever direction it would go. But I was looking at somebody else's campaign, and I was like, oh, those seem like good numbers. I'll just do that, and I just put them in. So
yeah, it makes sense. And as long as you're paying attention to what your overall cost is going to be. So like here you say, if you have the Road to Hellhole short story, it's going to boost your pages to 41. It'll actually have to boost it to 44 because they have to be done in 4s.
Right. Yeah.
So you're going to have 44 and 2 pages of thank yous and a piece of art or something.
Right. Well, yeah, I didn't exactly. I didn't want to. I wanted to do just straight up story pages. So I didn't want to say oh, this is going to be this many pages, and then you get a cover page, you get 2 thank you pages, and then another page and something else. Yeah. And people are like, well, you kind of cut cut it short on it. So yeah, I wanted to do straight, just story pages.
I have a 300-page comic. 284 pages of it is random doodles.
Exactly.
Those 20 pages, that's real good story. In those 20 pages, I promise.
It's like when you pick up a Marvel book or a DC book, and you're like, okay, this is really big, and then you flip through it, and it's 8 pages of ads, and it's like, all right, well, that's not that great then.
Yeah, it's how I started feeling whenever I noticed that mostly in magazines and stuff. If you ever get Better Homes and Gardens, it's 90% ads, and there's two things that show you how to cook a certain meal, and the rest of it is look at what this person did in this house, which is really just another ad for that person as an interior decorator.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, hey, at least comics won't have that. And I go and buy a comic book, and they're like, go buy sun chips. And I'm like,
yeah.
The fuck is this in the middle of my Aquaman? That is not what I paid for.
Since when does Aquaman eat sun chips?
Anyway.
He's eating sun chips while he clubs an environmental.
You would think we would have those what are those things, the nori chips that they have, the sushi chips. You'd think that there'd be an ad for that, but
or what's the seaweed shit? Yeah,
I love that.
Or is it the other nasty weed people
Kelp?
eat. No, not kelp.
Kale.
Kale, yeah, kale chips. Oh,
It's hairy lettuce is what that is, and it makes me cringe when I touch it. Like
Aw,
it's
I
like
kale
eating a
too.
piece of. It's like eating a spoon.
That's so funny. In between our two streams, I'm making a salad, and it's mainly kale and romaine.
Oh shit. Oh, hold on, wait. I'm gonna make everything right with Sia's salad. I'm just gonna have another bite of this.
Should I have a side salad?
Soy salad.
All right, so
Eating on
Let's-
stream. Woohoo!
that's what I do. It was pudding pie, like a chocolate cream pie thing. So
Backstage pie.
backstage pie coming back at you. Oh gosh, what is
Oh,
happening
it's
in our
better
world?
than last night. It was 4 hours of drinking, and that was our Friday stream. That was.
That I had to
Okay.
dull the pain in my ass like that, but
You
Cy
had to
wouldn't
dull
shut
me?
up. Yeah. All right, let's go over your perks.
Okay.
So you have your featured perk here, which is just the book itself.
Yeah, I wanted to just get something, I wanted to just put it front and center. Every book is going to come with once we fund, every book's going to come with the Richard perk, but if you signed up before with the email, there's the secret perk that's in the email that's basically the same thing, but it comes with the Big Dick Murphy card. But yeah,
Nice.
it's just straight up the book. It's $18. It's $10 shipping. It's cheaper than I wanted to make it a little cheaper than a lot of the other books that are out there. A lot of them run about 25 total. So, or I'm sorry, 35 total.
Yeah.
But-
Are you checking shipping and everything added?
Yeah.
That's
So.
very accurate.
Yeah.
And for 35 plus shipping, you get 2 of your book, which is great.
Yeah.
Still very inexpensive.
Yeah, you get a couple of bucks off, and every book comes with a card. Like every book will come with a trading card, so you get 2 trading cards with that too.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Pick a character head sketch. So these are what Passion's going to be doing head sketches of?
Right.
Yes.
Right.
I'm
and
gonna bake every one of them and do it in tea and coffee.
dip it in coffee and soak it. Yeah.
No, that's not true.
No,
Damn it.
No.
I expected it, and I wanted it specifically from Passion. I didn't want you butt chopping this out to some place in Cambodia with those poor little kids. Wanted it to be Passion, like fucking Shae and her fucking coffee idea.
No, but I'll draw a good head sketch, not half-ass. I'll whole ass it, and it'll be a good head sketch of one of the characters in Grave Robbers. So you just pick the one you want, and I will draw it a really nice picture. It's not going to be just a quick thing. So,
Wait,
so
you're
yeah,
holding the pencil
load
with
up
what?
on them. What was that say?
You're holding the pencil with what?
Yeah, that too.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
just
there's
heard whole ass, so
But yeah, there's an add-on perk. So if you want to get a head sketch, but you want to also get a book, if you want to combine those into one thing, there's an add-on for a book.
Okay.
Also, there's the reverse for the individual book. You can get an add-on for of a head sketch as well for any of the other perks too. So
Very cool.
nice.
Retailer pack. 5 copies of the book.
yep. I don't remember exactly how much you save on this because I'm a writer and I don't do math, but yeah, it's you definitely get a pretty steep discount on 5 comics with this one. I think it's 15 times or 8, whatever it is, 18
Well, it'd
times.
be just for
5.
the 5 comics. If you
$15
bought them individually, $90. So you're
There you
saving-
go.
you're
See,
saving $15.
I
You're
write the
saving
word
$15
passion
plus
does.
shipping.
There you go. Yeah, and the shipping is still this. It's the same for one book as well.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You're saving probably what, $60, $50-$60.
probably something like that. Yeah. See, Passion does the math and he does the drawings. I do the writing.
I'm not gonna go with that either one of those either.
Oh my goodness.
Passion, I have
right.
to ask you a question about 5 minutes ago.
Sure.
What?
I saw your hand really close to your camera. Were you checking for skin cancer or looking at your watch?
No, my arm was my wrist was hurting because I do a lot of drawing and stuff. So it's once in a while I'm an old man too, so I get the carpal tunnel.
Oh,
So
The carpal tunnel. Damn the carpal tunnel.
it's a bad
right.
bad route to drive. Never drive carpal tunnel.
Passion, did that hurt you as much as that hurt me? Because
no, I
Oh no.
I ain't afraid of you, bitch.
see what I can do. What I have the power to do is I can kick someone from the stream in my mind.
Deep down in your heart,
Yeah.
the only person left is Passion and Mark, and they're like, "This is going so smooth."
We're doing
Oh,
something
really
great.
well.
So man, there's no issues, no one's interrupting, right on topic. This is amazing.
Hey, there's been more than one stream where like the host dropped out and I was, me and the other guest were the only ones on there. It wouldn't be the first time.
Dude, I'm telling you, sometimes it just happens. Before we went and got my new router, I would drop from my own stream probably 3 times every time I streamed. And I was just like, this is brilliant. I love paying an exorbitant amount of money for internet that doesn't work. Super fun.
Don't we all?
Huh?
Yeah, her internet's like 10 times mine, and I drop less than her, and that's
Yeah.
frightening.
Well, used to.
I rarely ever drop. It's rare nowadays, but I have cheap internet.
I had to call them and was like, "Can we please update my router?" And they went, "Well, so we think that it's environmental things. There's too many other factors." And I was like, "So the fact that I live in a residential area, will have internet, you're telling me that I can't have Wi-Fi?" Like that's really the hill that you want to die on. And then finally someone goes, "Do you want us to update you to the latest router?" I was like, "I'm going to come through the phone and rip your heart out." Like I said that an hour and a half ago.
Oh wow.
It's like, you motherfuckers.
Well,
Oh.
So the other day, how this all started was she started dropping, and I'm like, I tweet directly at Fios. I'm like, is this really the service you want to put out there for a gigabit connection? And
I
they're
was
like,
getting 0.4
no.
upload.
0.4.
0.4. And I had
0.
like 5 download.
Yeah.
So anywho.
They quickly responded back with their check mark, and they're like, no, DM us.
2 hours later, it kind of had a fix.
Yeah.
All right, so
and
for
broke her ass
$200,
getting it.
broke my ass getting it. Yep. $200 to get original page art. So here's my question to you, Mark.
Okay.
Why is this not your featured tier?
Cause.
Great answer.
He doesn't. He writes it. He doesn't math it.
That's another thing Passion does is the planning. That's
I don't do the planning. Don't blame me for that.
I'm burying you under.
If it was up to me, all my art would be the featured tier.
I feel like if Passion put this together, that would have absolutely been the featured tier.
Actually, I would have put the head sketch up, but that's just
the head sketch first. And then, like, all the hundreds of doll hairs tiers of yeah.
But you don't really have the control over the order in which they are.
It goes in monetary value.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have control over it.
You know, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say that's why I would put this one up there first, is because that way, because people already know there's a book on this campaign. Otherwise, what's the campaign for? Right? The whole point of the campaign is to get a book. But if you are like, oh, we also have original art that you can get for $200, because that isn't something that every campaign has. If you put that as your featured perk, that is the first thing that people see.
That's fair. That is true. I didn't think of that.
I'm just throwing it out there.
No, you make a really good point.
That way, it at least highlights something where people can back you at a much higher price point. As well as feel like they're getting something really exclusive, because you only have 6 spots for that.
That's true. Yeah. Grave Robbers 2 will have a original art featured perk.
You can change your featured perk.
You can change
Can
it.
you really?
Yes, you can.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
I'm still really new to
It's
this,
okay.
so.
That's what we're here for. That's what we do is help.
And you can put things on sale if you're getting close to the end and you really want to sell it. Not that you would ever discount Passion's work because they stab you. Another trick you can do, put it up for a penny and $5,000 shipping. If you
Don't
really
do
want to
that.
get shady on it.
Don't do that. Only listen to some of what CY says, because some of what CY says is pure, unadulterated bullshit.
Well, it's like those ads you see on these websites like Gateway Pundit or something like that. We have this free hat for you. Just pay $19.95 shipping and handling. It's like, that's not how this
100%
works.
free hat.
It's awesome.
Well, all right. So, what pages are we doing for original art? Are we doing awesome, gory splash pagey type stuff, or what are you doing, Passion?
Yeah, it's mostly going to be that because most of the book will be digital because it's just going to be quicker. But including these 2 regular pages, there'll be 4 more. We're going to pick the best of the best and the ones that people want. Not where there's dialogue going on. It'll be all the action scenes or the character reveals, and then also the 2-page spread is also for sale as well, separate. But
right,
yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Keep the traditional kind of low because I did Doom Fate was 60 pages, and that's almost all traditional, and it's a lot. It's a longer process to draw it, print it, ink it, scan it, fix it.
Yep.
So
There's a
just
lot
so
more
we
to
can
go
get the
through.
book out in time. And my inks are it's pretty hard to, you guys, I bet you on those pages that are traditional, you can't tell where I touched it up digitally. So there's some touch-ups here and there. So I got it down pretty good.
That's
so what
awesome.
I'm hearing you say, Passion, is that someone could still get that eyeball page.
Yes, those pages are all still available. Everything's still available. So please purchase them. Yes.
Chat.
Just saying. You got hey, look at. Come on, you want that. Who doesn't want that?
Shae, you just got a raise.
Thank you, CY. It's not like I have bills to pay that were difficult to pay prior to the raise.
I mean, it's not difficult for me at all.
Of course it isn't. You don't pay bills.
Damn it, now they're
right.
gonna find me, son of a bitch.
We also have Preston Acevedo artwork. So this is for the card or the pinup piece that he did for you, correct?
right. Yeah, this is the black and white and everything without Oliver's colors on it. I'm pretty sure he did digital for that. So, yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say I think that he'd have to, because if you're looking at the lines here and then you come down here, how perfectly crisp that blue. That probably had to have been colored all digitally, I would assume.
Yeah.
It's awesome though. I love how he made them blue, because it's like twofold for me, because it reminds me of when you're originally putting down a sketch and people do it in the blue pencil so it doesn't copy over. And then it also reminds me a lot of like her horns.
Oh yeah,
the ethereal kind of feel of everything. So I love that he chose to go with that kind of bluish purple.
That is I never noticed that before. I was looking at the feathers. I'm like, oh cool, those are feathers. And now that you pointed it out, I'm like, I can't believe I didn't see that.
Yeah. I think that's kind of the whole feel that he was going for, but I love it because it makes everything feel that much more. Yes, non-photo blue. Thank you, CY.
You're welcome.
Such a bitch.
Keeping it real.
Art. That was what you were talking about, right, Passion?
What's that?
Double page art.
Yeah, the double page with the slaughter part. Yes.
Yeah, with the spinal cord hanging from the chandelier.
Nice. Yeah, I saw that and was like,
Now, is the chandelier for sale? Because I would buy that.
I was gonna say, I feel like I need to upgrade my chandelier game. Mine does not have like a spine and a head and blood and guts hanging off of it. I feel like that needs to change, you know?
Right.
Stretch goal ideas.
It would be a good idea.
50K, we will have a one-off chandelier tier.
If nothing else, it'll make a really good talking piece at the next Thanksgiving gathering.
Right?
It's like, is that a spine? Yeah.
I guarantee you within 24 hours of it getting to Shae's house, her dog would be running around with that spine in her mouth.
1000%. That has to be, you know how they have like the little pull cords for the lights turn on and off? It has to be the spine.
Yeah, there you go.
Separate the vertebrae and then it pops back together and the lights on. Christopher C., thank you very much, sir, for the $5. Super Simp Club represent. Oh, fuck. You guys are funny. And Mike Bancroft says, hey, Shae, dig the hat. He's always been a fan of this hat. It's been worn several times on Bancroft Show.
There you go.
Because he supports the hat group that is CG. So I had to cycle through my many, many, many hats that are all a lot more within reach now because I finally got some of my cosplay shit put up where it should be. Okay, so looking at this campaign, you've got 35 hours left.
Right.
And this is your first 30 days, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Thank goodness.
Yes.
So 35 hours left. We're over the halfway mark, which is really good. That's a good pace at least. And the final 35 hours is what you have in order to get the awesome ball trading card, right?
Right. Yeah, the Rotting Golem trading card by Jojo Ball.
Jojo.
Jojo Ball.
We have him on after you, and
Yes.
I am totally going to call him Jojo Ball. Like, well, your good friend Marky Mark. So
Marky Mark.
Marky Mark and Jojo. So it's a new crossover idea.
There you go.
JoJo sounds like a clown. Marky Mark is a clown.
Oh.
We went there. So yeah, if you want to get in on this, you've only got a little over a day to do so before that is no longer an option. Do you have plans for the second half of your campaign? Anything else like exclusive or anything that you're going to try and put out there?
Yeah,
Well-
how are you whoring yourself for the?
That's really what I'm getting at.
Right. Of course.
Tip top.
Maybe. I don't think anybody wants to see that, but if people pay for it, I guess I'm gonna have to.
Be surprised when people.
You know what we'll pay for? Put passion on TikTok.
There you go.
No, people won't pay. People will pay to
pay.
people will pay to get off of TikTok.
We got to get passion and OnlyFans.
Okay.
I can see it. I can see it. Passion.
No.
Do OnlyFans. You can show armpit.
There you go.
It's not weird.
It's not weird. We promise.
weird.
I promise. Yeah.
That has to be a new T-shirt now. It's not weird. I promise. That has to be a new one. My
Make
God.
it an all over tee and yeah, do some things at the armpit. Just saying.
No.
Yes.
Thank goodness I can't print in an armpit
you
exactly what I want. Nope, not a thing.
I'm working on merch.
Ryan Wynn is criticizing my cosplay game because I did not indeed put an eyeball on my finger. I should have.
And
That would
purple
have been
fog.
much more epic. I apologize. I dropped the ball for all of you.
The eyeball.
Alan
You
is
dropped the
calling
eyeball.
See,
Yeah,
I'm not the only one that brings the dad jokes.
So I need an eyeball on my finger and purple fog around me. Do you guys know what the budget is for Red Valkyrie Presents? Because it's lower than you think. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I own all of these things that I am currently wearing. That's the only reason I can do this.
You own an eyeball, and I feel like with enough Taco John, there would be purple fog.
Wow.
Kiko's Tacos or whatever the fuck it is. One of
You're
them.
a terrible person. Throwing it out into the chat. If you guys have any questions for the super amazing team for Grave Robbers, this is the time to ask because I'm holding them hostage and they can't leave unless they decide to Leave.
It's true.
I wouldn't throw that gauntlet down at
I
Passion.
know. Passion's gonna be like, really, bitch? Boom! And be like, oh, Passion got through the barricade, apparently. Sad face. Look at all the people criticizing you could do the purple fog with the green screen. I could if I had more time and a lot more effort, because that's not quite as simple as it may seem.
They
So now
also
I've-
point out that you have a ready supply of 2 eyeballs.
They're staying where they are. Thank you. I like them. I need them to see things and read comics.
As
He
much
could
as
have
I
been
would
talking
appreciate the effort, I feel like that might freak people out, including me. I think it probably. I would appreciate the effort. I'll say that, but it would probably freak me out pretty bad.
Well, so the funniest thing is with somebody like me, like I'm like a huge horror fan, and I have like 3 different types of blood like hanging around here, and I've got 2 or 3 different kinds of latex specifically for stage makeup and shit. You would think I had a fucking fake eyeball somewhere,
And yet,
That-
she has no
and yet I just don't.
she has no spine chandelier.
Yep, no spine chandelier. Man, it's
What kind of host is that? No spine chandelier.
I'm taking my
Sorry.
business elsewhere.
I will see myself out. I apologize, everyone.
All right, so
She kicked herself.
Yes.
Was waiting for my co-host to, I don't know, open their fucking mouth and do something.
I was busy working. It's my job.
You're working right now, bitch. Work here on this.
I'm going to work right now. So, how's it been, guys?
it's
Good.
It's going good. It's going
So
good.
much peace.
Getting to the last final days of shitty 2020. So
Hoping
That
that goes. Yeah, hoping those last days go pretty well. No aliens yet. Yet.
actually, that would probably be an improvement.
I'm praying for the meteor.
We have what? 13, 12 days left? 12 days?
Hey, no, we only have 2 days because, in case you missed it, all of our African American friends are getting superpowers
Oh,
on December 21st.
I didn't know that.
Shae, why don't you come back and fill us in?
So you kick me backstage, and this is the bullshit that you decide to talk about.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, if you didn't know, it started on Twitter, actually. They started it as a meme, and then it took off and got crazy, and apparently they're all getting superpowers on the 21st.
Yes.
Well,
Supposedly. And there are people that are like, I'm a quarter. Do I get like partial superpowers? It's like my foot going to be super fast, but my other one is not.
that would probably be the worst. It's like, all right, I'm gonna run, but I'm gonna run.
Spinning in
Well,
circles.
I guess I'm just gonna run at normal speed because, well, I can't really do anything with this one.
So if you were spinning that fast, wouldn't you technically wear the other leg down to a nub spinning that fast? Just from
Or it would just like erode off from the speed. From the street and the
and
concrete.
then you could hop that fast.
Just
Oh
replace
my
it with a wheel. You'll be fine.
And I'm gonna leave that story with just one more thing. Just make sure you use your lube because friction is bad.
That's true.
So, Mark,
Yes.
what you have planned in this series?
Welcome to Hellhole is 5 issues, but right now I have about 10 already written. I have planned out, like outlined, not completely written. I have probably close to 50. I really, I'm passionate about this story and these characters. I've been working on this story for probably about 3 or 4 years, and
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm unkicking myself because I have to ask, was that an intentional pun? You're passionate about these stories?
oh yeah, no, I guess yes, it was. We'll say yes. No, it's
Is it a passion project?
it is a passion project.
Well, it is technically, yeah.
Yeah.
Passion's like every project I want is a passion project. Just saying.
God.
No, I don't have enough time for all the projects, but the
I
good
said
ones,
every
the good
every
ones are
project you're
passion.
on.
Every project you're on is a passion project.
Yeah.
It's a new tagline for you, man.
There you go. Thank you. I needed that.
It'll be
You're
like at the beginning of a movie where it says like a passion project.
Yes, that's
My
your
passion
new production studio. A passion project.
I can't wait to go to like CG Con and see Passion walking around in a t-shirt that says Passion Project.
There you go.
That would be great.
That would be
I
awesome.
feel like
Are you going
selling them
passion?
out of my trunk. If you
Is
were
there even going to be one? I mean,
who knows?
Sure.
I doubt. I highly doubt that.
Yeah, I do too.
Even if I have to book the Holiday Inn at outside Orlando,
It'll be fine.
2 people show up. We'll do
It'll
it.
be fine.
Two
We'll all
people show
try
up.
to get together.
We'll have
Yeah,
passion.
me and Shae.
We'll have Passion Con. How about that?
There you go.
Oh my
So
god.
many people will show up.
Passion Con.
And it'll be at a Denny's.
That'll be a
We'll be at a
different crowd
Denny's.
altogether. Passion.
It'll be at a Denny's.
All 2 of you.
You'll have furries, sex workers. They'll be like, we thought
Yeah.
this was something else.
All in 2 people. 2 people will encapsulate
Yes.
everything. Furry
Yeah.
sex workers. That's,
Ryan Wynn goes, it's also a Middleton project.
Yeah. Yeah. My little meek voice in the background. No,
Aw.
I'm here too. I'm here too. I just like, shut up, Mark.
no, it's Mark's idea. This is his pony. I'm just whipping it.
Passion selling Mark out of his trunk. Rider, get your rider here.
Oh my gosh. I really do like the design of your characters. I think that they're very interesting, and I'm really intrigued to kind of see where this goes. Not to outside Orlando, aka Tampa. Yeah, probably. But yeah, I do think that this is going to be really interesting. I like seeing there's been a couple of Western comics that have come out, and I'm really interested to kind of see because they're all taking such different routes, and I like that your guys seem like they're kind of bad guys, but they're not. They're like chaotic good.
Yeah. Well, one of them's not. One of them is definitely chaotic neutral, bordering on chaotic evil. Waylon is just he's just there for the ride. He's definitely like he was a bank robber and he was an outlaw before he became a part of the grave robbers. He's a cutthroat. He looks old and he looks not very threatening, but that dude will cut your throat in your sleep. He is
Look nice. He doesn't seem like a nice happy guy. He
No.
seems like a really horrible person.
Yeah, he's pretty bad. He ended up getting his powers, quote unquote, his power. He's actually cursed. He can't die. He killed one of the guys that was helping him in a bank robbery after the bank robbery to keep the money. And one of the guys ended up actually being an Apache shaman, and he cursed him, with his dying breath. And that's why he's all shriveled up and mummified. So, he can't die because he's just in a constant state of pain. So that was his curse.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was his curse, is that he just would live forever in pain. So,
Wow.
and that makes him, even worse to be around. But he's definitely, a little bit, not,
A little cranky.
slightly.
Shae, just imagine your ass, but permanent.
Heaven help everyone. If that was I've
Then
been
the
a
purple fog
bitch for a
comes.
few days.
Then the eyeballs come out.
There you go.
I would not be lacking for. You just reminded me I should probably take some pain pills. But yeah, there would not be a lack of eyeball gouging.
Ooh.
Excuse me, we do not support drug use on this stream. You are kicked.
Oh dear.
Yes. She can come back after she wolfs down half that bottle.
But yeah, going back to Waylon, He's definitely a cool character. I like him a lot. He was one of my favorite characters to write, and I think he was one of Passion's favorite characters to draw when we were putting them together. He was inspired a lot by Sam Elliott originally when we were drawing him out. I had that kind of character in mind. And when Passion started drawing him, it just just was exactly what I was thinking in my head. He did a great job with it, and he's just gotten better and better progressively over time. It looks cool, and the stuff that he's capable of is going to be pretty cool to read. So
I apologize, Shae and I were playing tug of war.
My co-host is being an asshole. I was gonna say I really do like in that big panel spread after everything was done, you see Waylon there, and he's just like,
yep, straightening his little tie thing.
Fucking standish behind him. Just like just a little bit. Saying, it's fine, we're good now. And it's like you just like brutally stole the soul out of 3 men simultaneously. Like poured out of every orifice they had. You're just like, oh no, my tie has become askew.
Gotta straighten that out a little bit.
Thank you to the person that just gave us a thumbs up on Facebook. We appreciate
yay!
All right, on.
He watches us on Facebook occasionally when they remember. Welcome.
It's a good thing we have that page.
I'm so happy that we spent the time making it. It's fine. It's fine. Sometimes people decide they hate YouTube and go watch us on Facebook, and I don't understand that at all. Well, do you have any other questions, Sai?
You had to think long and hard before you dropped the sigh.
Thinking how much I hated you. So
okay. Well, I mean, I could see where I would occupy all your thoughts.
Oh, I guess I didn't have any questions.
Oh, no.
Is there anything that either one of you kind of want to share about this project that we haven't already covered?
No, you guys cover a lot, but I just wanted to say, like, all seriousness, Mark's a great writer. I haven't done any projects outside of a couple, and Mark's got a great idea, and it's not just a Western comic. It does have a superhero vibe to it. They have superpowers, and they're kind of a team, and it's just in a Western setting. So it's going to be a really cool, kick-ass book. I think everybody's going to like it, and please back it. I know it's Christmas time and stuff like that, but definitely jump in on it because it's going to be a fun book. And I know it's Mark's first book, but he's a really good guy. He's a talented writer, and he's definitely all about CG and everything else. So please take a look at the book, and you won't be disappointed.
Absolutely. And, not to discourage people from buying it this very second, but, that's what Christmas cash is for, when you dig into that stocking and maybe pull out some money. Just saying.
So if you're broke now, you're probably not going to be broke in like a week.
Yeah, just return all those ugly sweaters and, you can buy grave robbers.
I'm waiting for everyone's Christmas to be full of socks and underwear and like toilet paper.
It's going to be toilet paper. Yeah,
toilet
definitely.
Paper, hand sanitizer, and socks and underwear because it's cheap.
It's going to be neck gaiters and 95 masks.
Those are expensive. That's if you really like the person. You get them in a 95 mask.
If you don't, you get them like a fishnet mask or something. Like whatever. Get this asshole out of here.
There you go. It's like a mask. Kind of.
You get them a used mask in a Ziploc, guaranteed to give you COVID.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, going off of what Passion said, it's definitely a fun book, and we had a lot of fun writing it and putting it together. The part of the thing about being a writer is that you can't show people that it's good with like I can't show you a script or something like that and you'd be like blown away by like, oh wow, I really like this line of dialogue you did here and the explanation. Whereas Passion, it doesn't really have the same impact as 4 pages. So I kind of I'm definitely reliant on Passion for the for the wow factor.
That was your first mistake, Middleton.
Well, that's the thing is you're talking to 2 writers right here, so we understand where you're like, man, I promise it'll be cool.
Yeah,
like,
but at the end of the day, it really is. It is a really fun book. It's, he was saying like it's like a hero. It's not. They're not superheroes in the sense like they're like they wear tights and stuff, but they're definitely like a group of people that, like I said at the beginning, they're a lot like the Midnight Suns. If you read the Midnight Suns in the early 90s, it's a lot like that, but set in the Old West. They're definitely like a super group. They're definitely, they have their own powers, and they're pretty badass. They're really cool, and they've got cool powers, and they're not afraid to rip somebody in half. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and
Just
I
a
think people are
correction.
gonna love it.
They don't wear tights. One of them wears tights. I mean, look at that Acevedo drawing down there.
That's a good point. She is wearing some leather there. So
I mean, is she wearing it?
Sure.
Is it wearing her? It's it's debatable.
it's debatable.
I did have one question. Since I got kicked backstage, I thought of one to come back with. What's the production on the book like at this point?
Well, all of the pages have been laid out. All of them have been drawn. It's just finalizing the pencils and inking them and then getting them colored. We sat down and we Passion drew out every single page. All 36 pages are planned and drawn. We just have to finish them. I know Passion's taken a little bit of a hiatus because he just finished Doom Fate. So he's going to be taking a little bit of time off, just to kind of decompress. So, we might not pick up until maybe about, I think, Monday after Christmas or something like that, depending on where we're at. But, it's definitely, I'd say probably close to 50% done in terms of the drawing at least.
Nice.
Yeah. So we've got a lot done. I'm going to be doing the lettering, so it's going to go by pretty quick once I get the colors. It's going to come right to me, and then I'm going to be pushing them out. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
How long are you leaving the stretch goals up? Because you have a couple stretch goals that are going to be adding to the story. So how long are you going to be leaving that up? Or are you going to cut it off when you go in demand? Or
I was going to leave them, when I go into it, when I hit in demand, I'm going to leave them up. If I can hit 10 grand, after in demand, I'm just going to, keep going.
We want to stretch people as long as possible.
Right.
Okay.
It's going to be the whole campaign.
We want people nice and stretched. That's what
nice and stretched out.
Oh, God.
Ready to receive grave robbers. Gotcha.
Oh, God.
So I'm assuming
again,
that means
don't forget the lube, people.
Exactly.
I'm assuming that means you're probably going to keep it in demand right up until you have to cut it off for print.
Yeah, well, I'm planning on shipping out everything and getting it into people's hands in May. That's the overall objective. That's the goal. I want to have this in people's mailboxes in May. So I'll probably, I guess I'd cut things off around, maybe late April or something like that, so that I can, well, maybe early April. So, yeah. Now that I don't want to.
Late March, early April.
I don't want to throw out a whole lot of promises and stuff like that. But
So Tuesday.
Yeah, more or less.
Done.
Yeah,
Not even extended.
Get it out of there. Yeah. No,
You've talked me out of it. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's the wrong kind of talking that we normally do. We normally talk people into shit. I honestly think that this looks really cool, and I'm glad that it's just your first 30 days, but you're already more than halfway to your goal. We've seen a lot of people that come in their first 30 days and they're like, oh, I have a $5,000 goal, and you're like, okay, cool, how much are you at? And they go, we got 1,100, and I was like, how many days left? They go, we got like 12. I'm like, huh? So what are your plans if you don't make goal?
Oh my God, reality hacker. She was so close to the end when she got on our show.
It was terrifying because she still had a good amount to go, but luckily she funded. But oh my gosh, when we see people like that, you're just like, oh, I really hope that you make it. We don't bring stuff on our show if we don't think it's at least good. Has a good story, good people attached to it. It's probably going to be entertaining. You don't get on that, and so we always get sad when we have people come on our show that I'm like, did you make it? They're like, no. I'm like, okay. I'm sorry. I tried.
Yeah, it's anybody who's run a campaign before knows the stresses and the ups and downs of it. It could be really stressful to run a campaign.
So I'm learning.
And it really, a lot of times it doesn't come down to the last few weeks. So, and to run it on Christmas, that's even tougher.
It's a hard time.
But I think we're going to make it. So,
well, the good thing is you guys are hitting your first 30 days and then able to extend to just beyond Christmas. So you've got people that are, and as long as you can hit the goal and stay in demand for a while, you have people that are going to be having tax money. You have people that are having stuff from Christmas and all of that. So you're hitting people when there's generally a little bit of an influx of money. At least you're getting to that point. You know what I mean? As opposed to if this was your last and you were Christmas, like this is such a rough time to end something between October and December.
Yeah.
Like those are hard months to run a campaign.
Yeah, I've learned a lot. Yeah,
it's a learning experience for everyone, no matter how you cut it, because it's always tricky. It really is. Well,
I do not blame you for taking a break after Doom Fate, man. That thing looked killer.
Yeah, it's done. The proof is at the printers. Unfortunately, with the holiday and stuff, I'm not going to get that till after the holidays. So I wanted to get it in everybody's hand by Christmas, but it just didn't happen. The edits took longer than I thought.
It's always how it goes.
Here we are.
Time. Like you plan for it. It's gonna take this long, so I'm gonna give myself a buffer of like an extra week, and then it's like, oh yeah, and then like my house caught fire, and so it's like an extra 3 weeks. You're like, oh, that's great, that's wonderful.
Yeah. Things happen, and
every time.
But we'll get it. It's done. It's on its way. The trading cards came in yesterday. They look great. All the prints are done. Everything other than the book being printed is done. And I can kind of relax a little bit for a couple of weeks till we got to do this Grave Robbers. But yeah, it ended up, it was originally going to be 48 pages. It ballooned to 60. So everybody's going to get, well, it's 59 pages of story. So you're going to get 59 pages out of it for a good price. And I just updated the Indiegogo for it. And there's only 25 copies left. And there's the digital, of course. So,
that's a decent percentage story to extras.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's 1 page of extras.
Yeah, it's really that last page is an advertisement for my next project, which I can talk about a little bit here. It's going to be a magazine, which will be related to Doom Fate, and it will be like Savage Sword of Conan. You remember the old black and white Savage Sword of Conan magazines? And I'll have Doom Fate type stories, everything that comes in there. But I'm going to have different artists doing the work. So I have Joe Ball. He's doing a 6-page story.
Wow.
Preston Acevedo, Doodle Bags, and Holland Comics are all doing each 6-page stories. Then I'm going to have actual stories, like you have to read them. Those are going to be, we're going to have Ace and Phil Diaz and Mark Middleton is going to be doing thing. Then there'll be an RPG section to it too, so you have characters and profiles that you can pull and put into your D&D campaigns and all that stuff. There may even be an adventure in there if we can get enough backers, and it's going to be something I'm going to try to kick out every 3 months and have other people do it. I'm writing all the stories. I wish I could show you some of the artwork. It's looking fantastic.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
It looks great. Doodle Bags is killing it, and yeah, it's going to be a great book. So be more Doom Fate coming, and then the next Doom Fate I'm doing, I'm already working on it a little bit here.
So. I feel like you're gonna need like a real good wrist brace.
Yeah.
Your arm has got to be killing you with as much as you've been drawing, and you draw pretty epic detail too. So that's not like a little bit.
Oh, I'm just remembering that one that you were showing me like eons ago, the in progress with the giant lady.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
Just so much detail.
Yeah. I can't wait. Those will all get out, and they're doing really good, and can't wait to get everything in everybody's hands. I'm kind of
awesome.
Kind of ready to move on to something cool like Grave Robbers.
Robbers. Well, it's a good thing you're learning to draw with something other than your hand if you've got all that drawing in your feet.
Yes.
All right. Any last parting shots from anybody on the panel before we wrap it up? Nope.
No.
I'm good.
I will say, it's been a pleasure talking to you, Mark, because this is the first time that I've gotten to talk to you, and I'm happy we were able to get you on and before your second 60 days, which is phenomenal. Thank goodness.
Yeah. Well, thank you for having me on. I've had a lot of fun. You guys are really cool to talk to. So thank you.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. Otherwise, that would suck.
Yeah.
I hate you both. We're never coming back.
You guys are horrible people. Oh.
Grab Passion's arm. We're leaving.
Passion's like, but wait, I got my other book I'm gonna pitch.
Don't you ever talk to me or my artist ever again.
Oh shit. Yeah, I think that this looks like a lot of fun, and I think that you're in a good place for the first half of your campaign. So
Yeah,
you
definitely.
just got to push for that last little bit so you can get funded, and I definitely hope that you can get up to 10K, because I'm interested to see some of these other little stories that you got to expand on things a bit more.
Oh God, I just thought of the most horrible analogy. So you're fully dilated, and it started to crown just a little bit. We need some good bush.
Yes.
Bring it on home.
Lots of pushing.
Wow.
That's correct.
Why did I let you talk?
Mhm.
I'm forgetting why I let you speak anymore.
Because the channel's in my name.
But I'm the one that puts the StreamYard bell. What the fuck?
Exactly.
I'm getting the raw end of the deal here.
I just created the channel. You have to pay for everything else.
All right. Well, definitely go check out Grave Robbers. Back it if you haven't. If you've got to wait until Christmas money, then okay, I guess. You are going to miss out on the super awesome exclusive trading card that is from Jojo Ball.
I hope that doesn't piss off or anything. Because I actually like that piece of art. He did quite a bit, and he's a pretty cool guy. I don't want him to be like, well, I'm not working with that asshole ever again.
Like, fuck him and his JoJo bullshit. Nah, Joe's good piece. I'll be okay with it.
Shae's going to call him JoJo, and I'm going to call him Gale. That's all there is.
It'll be fine. So if anything, he's gonna hate us. It'll be great. But yeah, definitely go check out Grave Robbers. Thank you guys for hanging out in the chat. If you are interested, we have memberships open, so please feel free to click on that little membership button and pick whatever level you would like. We've got different levels that have different cool things. Zayd, of course, coming in an hour and 7 minutes into the show saying, I'm here for the show. Thank you. Thank you, Phil. You're horrible. Try again next stream. Terrible. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Thank you, CY, for all of the
whatever it is I do.
I don't even know what you do anymore.
I'm just a pretty face.
And we will catch all of you guys on the next stream. See you later.
See ya.